in the crime intelligence that I wish the commission should. It's about this informant. The handler is alive. I'll provide the name of the handler at any given time. It was about the cash in transit which happened in Limpopo. There was a success, 17 people died in that. That informant was the 18th person, but did not die. Because of the nature of the operation, we knew he was alive. And he came to Gauteng. The only problem started with a claim. It was 1 million rand that was requested, could not be approved. It's one of, commissioners, if can remember, it's one of the things I gave example about. The source said 1 million came out. He still cannot give the proof. But the 50,000 rand which was prepared to be given to this informant finally came out. And General Kumalo, Lieutenant General Kumalo, insisted and instructed that Brigadier Sebola must accompany the handler to meet with the informant, something which was very strange. But with the pressure, because there's always this feeling that when the handler is giving money, they share the money with informant or whatever, but there's always a challenge. But this is what happened. They went to meet the informant. Brigadier Sebola wanted the contact numbers of this informant. The handler couldn't agree, but because when you meet someone, you never know other arrangements which were made. This informant spoke to me. This informant spoke to the handler that I'm being followed. I'm being followed ever since we met. Commissioner's that informant was shot 16 bullets and was buried. Another incident, and these are only happening in the cash in transit. And one will wonder, what is the reason why there is a problem with CIT informants? This one happened in Gauteng.
Now, you told us yesterday, and you're repeating now, that Mr. Matala told you that he gave General Mkwanazi a bag. I think that's what you said, in Durban. You remember that?
Yes, something, yeah.
Something like that. You remember that? Now, you haven't investigated that. You haven't put to us evidence of the truthfulness, one, of your conversation with Mr. Matala that you allege, and two, that what he told you is in fact true. We don't have facts. We are a fact-finding body as a commission. You've made that allegation. How do you figure that helps the commission in executing its mandate?
All I'm saying is I came here to give my side of the story. Now, for one to say I'm misdirecting or this is a misdirection, when I say this is what I know. If Kat was lying to me, he lied to me. But this is what I know. He told me. That's correct.
I'm not discussing misdirection. In fact, I come from a position of concern that you are making statements, even in this short exercise of cross-examination, none of which is backed up by any investigation on your part that you can produce the facts to us and say, here's proof. We know that you are close to Kat. You've told us you were with him. You don't have an affidavit from him that confirms that conversation, and that he told you, that you spoke to him and he told you what you say. We have only your say-so. And I'm concerned that we may well be grossly irresponsible and reckless as a commission, that we've given you a platform where you're making all these statements and you present them as facts and you keep saying, I'm here to help the commission when in fact they're not backed up by any facts or even basic investigation on your part. For me, as a commissioner, that's a matter of concern. Do you accept that you're making statements that you have, for whatever reason, you're not backing them up with facts, even just this little bit about payments to Mkhwanazi and to Masim, to General Kele? It's not backed up by facts. You accept that?
I accept that, Commissioner.
And you accept that's not helpful to the commission if we don't have facts from you?
If the commission is a fact-finding body and I give you information, I'm giving it that commission can investigate. I gave example about the Boko Haram and the crime intelligence presentation.
No, allow me to stop you because I know you've got many topics that you're discussing. I'm worried that we don't end up discussing something that I wasn't raising. I'm raising with you a very specific thing. You said yesterday, Matala told you that he went to Umhlanga Ridge and that was General Mkhwanazi's home. Now, if you've been following the work of the commission, you would know that General Mkhwanazi testified that his home is in Hillcrest. So you'd have done a basic inquiry. With Matala, are you sure that's his house? Because in the commission, this is what he said. You did not do that. And then you come here, you don't interrogate him, but you come here and then you put it out there that payments were made at his house, or something was given to him at his house, and these allegations were made at his house in Umhlanga Ridge, and there's simply no evidence from you to back up those allegations. And these are serious, they have serious implications for people, and I think we should be concerned that you may be using this platform, at least to some extent, such as this, you're using this platform to make allegations like that which you're not backing up. If you have a comment, you can, but I raise it as a matter of concern listening to you on the back of this exchange with Mr. Chaskalson.
In July, he proudly disclosed his 2023 legal battle with the health department was funded by Vusi Cat Madlanga.
He never told me in advance, well, Baba, be careful. I'm a kingpin, I'm this, I'm that. We are meeting him as a business person. It doesn't necessarily say you are endorsing the person. I know it's not like that. When my foundation took the Northwest Provincial Government, where we are, he assisted, there was a tender for 72 million in demand. My foundation, Brown Lord's Foundation, went to court and interdicted that process, and the tender was advertised. He assisted my foundation to the lawyers and stuff like that. So that's the level I know was Madlanga. The matter even went to the SCA. You should imagine the legal fees attached to that.
So you say he assisted you. How did he assist you?
Ideas and other things, how to do it. It is Suleiman Karim only who assisted. Not Ket Matlala never paid for that legal thing.
But you said there that he did assist you.
He assisted not with money, not financially.
Well, how did he assist you?
Technically, ideas. Remember, this was not it was that tender in the Northwest Department of Health. It was tendered for by different companies in the Northwest. And all the time, it has been this thing of being won by the outside people. And this time around, they felt that we should, because there was some other processes which were not done correctly, it was to help the local businesses. And to contextualize that, because we never had an opportunity before to interdict a tender or a bidding process within government department. It was the first. That's the only way. He assisted with ideas technically how that can be done. And we made sure, I remember that we were saying, must make sure that whoever helps this process, must not be any company which has tendered. If any company that was part of the bidding process has intention to go to court, it must go unilaterally. It must not be through the foundation. And those are some of the ideas we got from CAT,
So-
not financially.
CAT gave you the idea that no losing bidder should help with the funding.
May I repeat the question, Bill?
The idea that CAT gave you was that no losing bidder should help with the funding of the application.
He was coming very clear that, look, if you are a Section 21, if you are acting in the public interest, you can't have whoever tendered being part of the application. If companies or whoever who has bidded wants to go to court, must go without without the foundation. So he only he helped us with ideas, not financially.
Not financially.
No.
And other ideas that he gave you?
That's all.
That's the only idea?
Yes.
But you saw fit to mention that as assistance when you were interviewed in October this year.
That's correct. That's my work. There was no way I could just go there and say, like forget, we were talking about CAT. And CAT is my project. I cannot just go there and pretend as if I now forget my work. I never said he gave me money because I know who funded that thing. It's not CAT Madlanga.
But according to your statement, CAT became your project, I think you said, March, April 2024.
Yes, that's correct, on the tender.
Yes. But you knew CAT already?
That's
from
correct.
the year before.
You even asked me, the question was asked yesterday, Commissioner, that did you have CAT's number? I said yes. It should be noted, Commissioner, I spoke about Boko Haram of 2018. So that's a different thing. It shows there was that stage way back that this CAT has been in the limelight.
So you knew CAT was John Wick?
That's the presentation that was given to show who John Wick was. And from that, to establish, the part of investigation, actually, to establish whatever that is said about CAT, it was important. One will have his number. One will want to know where does CAT stay.
Yes. But you knew that he was alleged to be a major-time drug dealer and gang leader going by the name of John Wick.
I cannot confirm that. I was confirming that John Wick, in terms of the intelligence report, is Vusimos CAT Madlanga. That's the picture that was put there. And let's say, this is very, very important, commissioners. Let's say CAT comes, whether to any court of law or any platform, he's able to dispute that he was not John Wick. Let's say CAT was not John Wick. The point that I was trying to make is the picture that was placed on the intelligence report, it was that of CAT, and his name was written CAT underneath and John Wick. So I was trying to say, former Minister Becky Taylor must have remembered this face when he met him for the first time in 2024.
But surely by the same reasoning, you must have remembered this face and this name when someone comes to offer you assistance in how your foundation should bring a public interest application.
Yeah, even if commissioners, even if that time CAT could have wanted to help us financially, if he was not one of the bidders, we will accept. I cannot say I did not know him or I did not, there was no way we could work with him. All I'm saying is he was able to help, to give us idea, to help us to take this thing forward. You'll realize in the same application, commissioners, it was re-advertised, it went to the CA, and the foundation did not proceed. Then it was re-advertised. You will realize that the same thing happened. The foundation did not participate on the second leg of this court application. Private companies were involved.
Who introduced you to CAT? to give you assistance in this foundation application?
In 2023.
That one.
It was not a direct thing that someone is bringing CAT to come and advise. It's a matter that you know someone who says, you know, there is this brother, is a businessman, is based where, and this person can help us. And initially, we thought he would give us lawyers or something when we spoke to CAT, only to find out he gave us the technical know-how of going there. So I had his numbers. I could call him that time, but that time in specifically, I called him to assist us with the tender.
So you were the one who made the contact with CAT?
That's correct.
And you had his numbers. This was before you'd met General Sibia?
Yes, not the one that came from General Sibia.
Sorry, not the one that came from General
Yes.
Sibia. A separate number for CAT
Yes.
that you had. We can just keep scrolling so that we see Tasmika Construction. Can we scroll further to the right? So the payer is Tasmika Construction. Do you know whose company Tasmika Construction is?
Yes, I know. I know who's the owner. Suleiman Karim.
Suleiman Karim.
That's correct.
So we see on the 10th of August, there were two payments of 100,000 each from Tasmika Construction, Suleiman Karim's company, into Khotle Specialists, your fiance's company.
That's correct. That's correct.
And then if we go down to one row, we see that on the same day, there was a payment of 150,000 from Khotle Specialists.
That's correct.
To Tau Matsamela.
That's correct.
Is this the funding for that interdict application?
I believe that's the one. That's correct.
So a couple of questions. Why was it channeled through Khotle Specialists?
I believe that time, this Brown Horse Foundation did not have the bank account had some problem. But in addition, my fiancée is also director of Brown Horse Foundation. So there was nothing wrong that they could pay because a certain amount. And it's very much important that it be noted that my fiancé and Suleiman Karim, I thought you would have obtained statement from 2010, maybe 15, 16. They've had a relationship of business, subcontracting, all those things. I'm not part of that. I'm not even in a position to answer for that. And there was nothing wrong that the money could go through the hotel. Since one of the directors of Brown Horse Foundation is the owner of hotel.
So Tasmika Construction funded this litigation with those two payments of 100,000 into Khotle Specialists, which is your fiance's company.
No, I cannot say 200,000. We requested funding, and then, like I say, they have history. There are other transactions which were not related to that. But the amount paid to the lawyers, as is reflecting, that's the amount that has been paid. I cannot say he funded for 200,000 or 200, separate 100,000 rand.
If we, so you're saying 150,000 was funded from Tasmika Construction?
It was paid, I'm talking on what I see, was paid to the lawyers, that's correct.
For this case?
For this case.
And then if we go down, we see that there were two further payments of 50,000 each on the 19th of September. That's just before the hearing.
That's correct.
And they come with the reference from S. Is that from Suleiman Karim as well?
That's correct. That's correct, Commissioner.
And those two payments seem to fund a 70,000 payment to Tau Matsamela from Khotle on the same day.
You see, on the part of funding and how much was paid to the lawyers and stuff, I believe it will be very much fair and appropriate for the Commission to direct either its communication to the director of Khotle, because I cannot speak on their behalf. And I went through this, I saw a lot of bank statements. I can honestly confirm now to the Commission that I will not be in a position to talk on behalf of these finances. Perhaps the Commission, if find it more important, could inform Khotle and get their auditors to bring the books and stuff like that.
Are you suggesting that you have no control over Khotle at all?
I'm not suggesting it's a fact. I don't have any beneficiation from Khotle.
Do you get paid money by Khotle?
I don't get paid money by Khotle. This is my fiance. You can go through, if you check the statement, you'll always see some references, brown. It may be an error on a what you call a bank app, but the bank accounts where the money goes does not come to me. It's not my bank account. Yes, except for maybe 2,000 rand petrol when I do our personal things with her. But I do not control Khotle. I'm not the director of Khotle. I don't benefit from Khotle. And the Brown Mogotsi Foundation, I don't benefit from it. I'm not the director.
Mr. Mogotsi, we've extracted the payments to Brown coming out of Khotle.
Correct.
There's an amount in excess of 3 million rands in transactions that say payments to Brown.
That's correct.
How do you account for that?
I cannot account for that, commissioners. The moment you see, you can check even on Tasmika or what is this? Tasmika plant. You will see they are having references. That's page 5. Tasmika and page 6. You see, from there, from the 25, it's long. You know, I don't know these references, but factually, there's no way this man can, or whoever can borrow without any way that person is paying back. It's because on the app, cell phone app, banking app, you'll always have a reference, and when you pay, it always say brown. But those monies do not come. There's no, except for maybe e-wallets or something, 1,000. There's no any amount more than 3,000 rand that ever came. And I can even challenge and request the Commission to do any investigation. Go to Khotle, get 205, get the statements and their financials. There's no
We
bank
will get
account.
the contras.
Thank you.
And for present purposes, I want to put to you that there are cumulative amounts in excess of 3 million rands that go out of Khotle with a transaction reference payment to Brown.
Now that can be checked. Check their books. And on their books, we will see the bank account. I guarantee you, there's no bank account where this money came that is mine. And even if probably there are third-party payments, probably let's say it's third-party payments for me, the financials from those auditors and them, or if she's subpoenaed, you will get the truth. I'm not having any power over that. And then being called the businessman, I have a business separately from Khotle. And this came as a result of after I lost my wife. I kept what is mine separately from this. And it is, I can assure you, it's an error. It is an error on the app where a person, when sending money every time, in that reference, still written brown. Just, I was checking, after you gave, fortunately, and thank you, Commissioner, for giving us opportunity to go this. Even this, I even called her, did you make so many loans from this guy? He said, no, I've got invoices, I've been working with this guy, but look at the references, loan. It's not, there are no bank accounts.